Welcome to a new episode of Coast to Coast Podcast. Today we're going over some Julio Jones trade destinations. We're going to be looking at the top odds of teams for him to land on and talking about, whether we think it would be a good fit or how we could get it done. So obviously his number one odd is the Falcons, but we're not going to discuss that because we kind of know what he is in
That's
Atlanta.
boring.
He out. He out.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah. So let's start with Tennessee.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, Carson, want to take away?
Yeah, well, let's just start off with fantasy wise because we saw like what Corey Davis did last year as a wide receiver too, who I think was like finished like around like top 20, maybe even like top 30, but still like a really solid like flex, possibly even like wide receiver two options. And then you lose Corey Davis, you fill that in with Julio freaking Jones, which isn't the same Julio that we've seen the last few years, but still very solid option. I think just increases the Titans' chance of being a real contender. And it would be perfect. He'd be the perfect, side option to AJ Brown, and it'd be a deadly tandem. And I think just football wise, it'd be really scary offense for sure. Obviously with Henry, Tannehill, another weapon for him, and that a dirty combo. There's gonna be a lot of insane combos when you throw Julio up to a lot of these guys that we're gonna mention. So. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see him on the Titans.
Yeah, and just kind of to add on to that, two super physical wide receivers. AJ Brown's one of the more physical guys in the league. We've seen what he can do after the catch, one of the best in the league. And then just Julio's ability to go up in there and get it. And like Carson was saying, like Corey Davis is not Julio Jones. Even if Julio Jones is 50% of what Julio Jones is, he's one of the best wide receivers of this decade. So I think it'd be pretty crazy to see him on a team like the Titans. Have the star power of AJ Brown, Julio Jones, and Derrick Henry, the most physical like steel core in the NFL, 100%. And I think with the defense much improved, I think this team could be high odds to win the division, higher than I think the Colts are right now. I think they'd be heavy favorites over them. Just to have an offense like that where people think they've lost all these targets, you replace it with one of the best wide receivers to ever do it. So
yeah. I think the Colts have a better like overall team just because their defense, their both lines are incredible, but just that Titans offense would, I think, just be just too much to handle. That's one of the that would turn into a top 5 offense, with Julio in there. Overall, would be ridiculous. Yeah. And man, they still had Jono in there too. Oh my God. They got Berkner. He's okay.
He played solid.
Yeah, he's solid.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I think schematically it would be a pretty good move also. Obviously we know the Titans love to run play action, love to establish run game, and then just let their guys go to work on the outside. So yeah, I would love to see it. AJ Brown said it himself, like Julio is one of his idols growing up. He would give up his number 11 for him. It would be the best story, but the Titans are in a pretty rough situation, like salary cap wise. So to get it done, they would have to pull some real strings. But yeah, let's move on to the next team on this odds list, which is the New England Patriots. I don't really want to see him go there, to be honest.
No.
Like football-wise, yeah, it would make sense for the Pats. He says he wants to win, and I don't think he's going to win in New England anytime soon.
Well, yeah, you're going to the third best team in that division, no matter how you want to put it. I think the Pats are a talented team, but I just don't see it happening. You're putting him, he's going to be the wide receiver 1 with no help, really. You give Nelson Aguilar, who had a breakout season last year, which still wasn't really good enough, in my opinion, to be a championship-level wide receiver 2, which is what Julio would want him to be. And now, then you have all these receiving options at tight end. I just don't really see it working, and I don't think it's this place where he's going to want to go. I think I'd just rather see him go to a lot of other teams on this list.
Yeah, same. And I think just like, Julio going there, you'd probably most likely going to start Cam and then go to Mac Jones, which we're not, Mac Jones could be, have a Herbert type rookie season, or it could have, a terrible rookie season. We're just not really sure yet with him. I think the floor is really high with him, and Julio would obviously help that a ton, but just not really that exciting just because I think the Patriots passing game, just is, definitely lackluster. If this was a couple years ago, like Brady's last year, they tried to make I think that's when they really should have tried to make that move, to kind of extend, maybe get Brady to stay a little bit longer. But yeah, just not that exciting. And fantasy wise too, like I said, he'd be stuck with Cam and Mac Jones. We wouldn't really know how that would work. I just don't really know how viable he'd be if he was on the Patriots. And definitely, like you said, Jose, just the least interesting, the least exciting option for him.
Yeah, probably the worst one fantasy wise. Also, I mean, he would be the number one, but I feel like he would just get so much attention from defenses that like his targets would be high, but his actual reception numbers would just be like so volatile.
Well, yeah. I mean, he had to face 4 times a year Tre'Davious White and Xavier Howard, and then that'd just be a painful schedule to go against. Then he goes against the Bucks, where he's got to go against a talented secondary as well. I just feel like it doesn't work out for him. Wouldn't make good sense for his career. I think, and health wise, I feel like when he'd come back, it'd be too much of a load to put on him to be able to deliver.
Yeah,
I think he kind of needs a guy like AJ Brown beside him to kind of take off most of that workload, and he can kind of just be the veteran guy.
Yeah, he needs to be a wide receiver too, which sounds insane to say because it's Julio Jones, but I think at this point in his career, like definitely.
He needs to be a wide receiver 1B.
Yes.
There we go.
Like with Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, fair.
But yeah, next up on the list we have the Chargers. I mean, I would not hate to see this for Herbert. I think it's a good option.
Yeah, this would be incredible, and I think fantasy wise too would be awesome. Herbert, high volume, quarterback. I don't think it really improve. Like, I don't think it improved the Chargers as much. I don't think like them signing Julio would make them like a Super Bowl contender or anything. You still got to go up against the Chiefs. The Broncos are going to be at least interesting, no matter what quarterback they end up with, just because their defense and everything. A lot of great skill guys. But yeah, I don't know. I think him and Keenan Allen would definitely be an incredible duo, and I think that would help him in fantasy just because you can't like you got to split attention between both of them. Those are two of the most talented receivers. So it'd be dope just to see him and Herbert would be incredible and what they could do. So it'd be super exciting. I just don't know how much better the team overall would get.
Yeah, I just feel like to add on to that, I mean, it'd be really dynamic for their offense. They give themselves Keenan Allen, who's a very good underneath guy, and then Julio, who's their deep threat. So they're able to work the middle of the field much better when you have a guy that Julio's taking the safety off them, especially, when you're going against the Chiefs. You got a guy like Tyrann Mathieu, who's obviously super dominant in the field, and they get Julio Jones as the focus on Julio. They get that tension off. Get a guy, maybe like Gutton, who's a super fast receiver, or Johnson, underneath to get like one of those drag routes. Or even Eckler. I think it'd be super dynamic for this offense. I honestly think it would be an offense just second to the Titans on the list of all these teams that would benefit the most from his skill set.
Yeah.
100%.
I like Guyton. I like him a lot. Like if
he had a really good end of the year.
If Julio doesn't go there, I really like him as a sleeper for sure because he's basically like because Mike Williams is like so on and off. You can't really trust him to ever play. Yeah. So I would like Guyton as like a deep option. I
think Williams would be traded in this package because there'd be no use to have Williams with Julio Jones because who's much better at this. Yeah. And they get a young asset that would make him more enticed to do the trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guyton's just got to stay healthy, man. That's been his issue. It's like health and then just like consistency.
Yeah, that's every other receiver besides Allen, honestly.
Yeah, on the Chargers, that's pretty much the story.
Yeah. Allen's like Mr. Consistent.
Yeah. Moving on to the Colts. Next up on the list here. I mean, how would he fit in their offense, like next to Pittman? You think?
I don't know. Like, I would like to see this, like, because this is like kind of the safety net, like the security blanket that Wentz would need. And I think, it would really help, because Pittman, Campbell, two super young, but I think we all realize super talented young receivers. And I think this would just be an incredible veteran presence and someone that could still, take on that wide receiver one load and while also helping those guys develop. And the biggest thing really is just like I said, that safety blanket. We love that Wentz is super out there. He's he'll hold on the ball forever. Julio's a guy that's like perfect for that. So and it's kind of like the missing piece for them. Honestly, like I really like this Colts team and they're a really complete team. I think that would be a nice little like last piece for them.
And he dominate these DBs in this division. They have no one. The Titans got rid of everyone. The Texans, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shaquille Griffin's going to guard him. I mean, Shaquille Griffin's a solid guy, but he's not a number one corner that's going to stop Julio Jones. I think he'd feast in this division. He'd go for like 1,200, 1,300 yards if he played, 15 games. So I think it makes sense for him, and it'd be super good for Michael Pittman, down the line when Michael Pittman got to take that leap and be the guy. And then, have, Julio and Ty, Ty is returning now to have that like veteran leadership out there for those young guys, like you were saying with Pascal, with Paris Campbell. I don't know if they got a wide receiver in the draft this year. I think they might have, but anything like that, future wide receivers would love, to be taught under Julio Jones and T.Y. Hilton, who have been super good receivers this last decade.
Yeah, it's that missing piece because, we're just not sure yet with Pittman. Like, if they got him, they know they have a legitimate guy that's done it before, whereas the two guys they have are just kind of unproven yet, and we're waiting to see which one. I think it's going to be Pittman, but which one of those receivers is going to step up and kind of be, their wide receiver one. But with Julio, it solves that problem.
We all know who it's going to be.
Zach Pascal.
Zach Pascal.
Fuck Zach Pascal. Week 16, week 17 legend. He just decided to start playing well.
Like Julio himself.
Yeah.
In the steps of Julio. Next up on the list, we got the Baltimore Ravens. Probably the most fun one besides the Falcons. To just be with Lamar, like the chemistry, I feel, and like the dances and like the celebrations, everything would just be so fun to watch, especially in this division that's already so strong, like with other receivers.
Yeah, these two would pair well together. I just feel like they got that swagger together. Like Julio would love this guy. I mean, not Julio. I mean, Lamar would love him, and Julio would love this guy as well. I think, just so flashy. With Lamar's ability to run, it's gonna, make people stay farther, closer in on defense. And Julio's going to be able to go up there. I think it would be the key to prove Lamar can actually throw the ball, because everyone's like, oh, he's a running back. We want a unanimous MVP. I think the casual fans always say that, but like this guy, did become almost multiple Heisman winner at Louisville for just running the ball. He can throw the ball. I think Julio, a catch radius that's so insane. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, this is my ideal, my favorite. Like, this is where I want to see him go. Like, because Lamar, I mean, his whole career, I mean, like Hollywood Brown and like Mark Andrews been his best receiver. He'd finally have like that legitimate like go-to guy, and this is someone that he really needs, like on a third and 5 or something, like short yardage. This is exactly the kind of receiver that he's been needing the last few years. I think would really unlock Lamar even more. I mean, like Liam said, he's already a unanimous MVP, and then this would help his game improve even more. It'd just be so perfect. And if they got him, that I think they're right there with the Chiefs as the favorites. I mean, their roster is insane. That'd be so nice.
I'd love
this is my I want this to happen so bad. Like, I want Lamar to succeed so much.
I don't really know their cap salary situation. What do you think they would have to trade for this?
Well, I mean, they already lost. They didn't have to pay Judon. They didn't have to pay
they got to Kansas City, the tackle.
They got rid of him. Yeah, they got rid of Orlando Brown. So I feel like they got the money.
Maybe Dobbins. Would Dobbins get thrown?
No, Dobbins. I mean, this trade would probably have like Devin Duvernay and like some other one. I'm gonna look at the cap situation.
Yep.
Cap.
1.8 million cap space.
1.8.
They could easily make room.
Oh yeah, you just cut a few guys
around.
Bad guys.
I mean, let's see who's on here.
Whatever it takes. I think the Ravens
just like cut a guard. Like,
yeah, they would do whatever it takes to get Julio, because this is like
Watkins is making almost 4 mil for them. He's out. Tyus
Watkins, and think they got Bateman. They still got Bateman and Tylan Wallace. Like, this is a receiving core that would be one of the best in the league, honestly. And Marquise Brown, Rashad Bateman, Julio, Tylan Wallace, Mark Andrews, and Nick Boyle.
Bateman especially would like
Nick Boyle.
It's so much under
Nick
Julio.
Boyle.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget Pat Rycard though.
Absolute defensive tackle master himself, the fullback hybrid. You want to just cover the Packers now? Leave it as that.
Packers or Niners, bro?
Packers. Sorry, fuck the Niners here.
Yeah,
I love the Niners, but
him with hand would be nuts.
What do you think, Jose?
I mean, dude, he would literally improve Debo's game so much. Like, Debo could learn so much from Julio.
Yeah, and
You-
IU too. Oh, it'd be ridiculous.
So and like reunite him with Shanahan, he could win. Like that's genuinely a place if he wants to win.
Yeah.
Go to San Francisco. But
Best receiver in the division.
Ravens, Niners, Packers are like the 3 ideal spots for him winning because I think like Colts are solid, Titans are solid, but I think all 3 of those teams are probably
Cardinals
better.
would be. Oh my God, that'd be so unfair.
Cardinals, that's OP.
You have like 3 like Pro Bowl, like the 3 like Pro Bowl receivers from the NFC like 3 years ago, all on the same team.
4. Oh well, plus DeAndre was AFC, but
Yeah, DeAndre, Julio, AJ Green.
Larry Fitz, DeAndre, and Julio. Bro, that's like
Larry Fitz is playing? I thought
Yeah, I think he hasn't retired yet. He's minus number 250 to retire. For the start of next season, hammer the bets,
No
everyone
way.
down below in the comments.
put your money on it. Everybody
He's
bet.
got to play another year. He saw JJ's coming through. I'm like, dude.
Oh, even if he's riding,
why not?
bro, like I would 100% hop on that team. Even if I'm getting minimum.
Gerald should just be like Udonis Haslam, just like be like a player coach at that point.
Yeah.
Don't even risk like getting him like injured anymore. Like,
You done.
I think we got breaking news. Julio is now favored to go to the Brooklyn Nets this offseason.
Shit, everybody signing with the
Him
Nets.
and Aaron Rodgers.
everybody, bro. Dude, that would be fantastic. Aaron Rodgers with Julio Jones and Devontae Adams.
Fuck.
Then if that happens and if they actually
Aaron's
don't win the
gotta
Super
shut
Bowl, he's got to go. Yeah, and he's got to shut up.
Everybody's leaving. Everybody's leaving. If Julio goes to the Packers and they don't win,
Because what's the one thing that he's probably been complaining about
AJ.
this whole time? Is like, where's my wide receiver 2? Like, well, here you go.
Here's a
Now-
wide receiver 1.
now-
Play with your...
Yeah, now you can't lose in the NFC Championship again for like the 5th time.
I think you'd say he's worse than Favre all time if he didn't win with that team.
yeah.
I go that far.
Yeah.
Favre only got 1 Super Bowl though too.
What if? Okay, but what are they realistically? What the hell are they giving up for Julio, bro?
I think they probably should.
Like who? Like what are they giving up? Like Kevin? They got rid of Kevin King. And like who's going to take Kevin
They
King?
give up their new DB. They give up.
Stokes.
Oh yeah.
Probably, like
Packers cap salary. Cap
I mean,
space.
honestly,
lineman?
AJ Dillon would be a good piece.
They'd probably give up one other line, right?
He's actually in, bro. Oh, Preston Smith probably out of there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, they probably get a young guy, Dillon, to fill in the role for Mike Davis for them, and then like who else? Like they have no receiving talent. Like what do they want? Devin Funches,
Mercedes Lewis.
the first round receiver on their team.
Shit.
Who knows? Who knows where Julio's going? Better be somewhere.
I hope it's the Ravens. What's your guys' like number 1 option for him? I want it to be the Ravens.
One is number 2 is Titans.
Yeah.
I'll go Chargers then.
No, my number 2 is the Packers.
I'll do
Ravens,
number 2
Packers.
Titans, and then 3 is Ravens, but Ravens is so close.
Winning like ever.
Wait, what else are the odds? Football team would be pretty interesting. Cardinals
The
too.
Chiefs are.
Oh God, I'm
No, I
sorry.
would quit
I
watching football.
I love the Chiefs. Like they're so
I
fun.
delete this
but
podcast page immediately.
dude, yeah, there'd be no point. That'd be so stupid.
Who's the lowest odds? The
The
60
Eagles,
Eagles.
Vikings.
The Vikings, I don't know why they're so low,
I'm
but
surprised the Texans aren't.
Damn. Dude, I'm surprised the Bucks are so far down.
They don't need him.
They don't have any. Yeah.
Dude, but like that's such like a Bucks thing that they would do.
Like a buyout, like they just buy him out.
Dude, if Julio, oh my God, if they actually release Julio and someone's able to just buy him out, that would be so ridiculous.
Dude,
That's
that's
like a pet peeve of mine. I hate that like people. Okay, the NBA buyout market's pretty like overrated, but still like they were just able to just like pick up Drummond for like nothing, like the Lakers or like other teams.
Imagine if he gets bought out and he just goes to, like the Rams. That'd be disgusting.
Rams would be they'd be the favorites.
yes.
They're already one of my favorites. I'm really high on the Rams this year. Like, cause they're in full win now. If they don't go to the Super Bowl in the next like year or two, it's like
What's next to DK?
ooh.
They have nothing to trade though.
Next to Amari and CD.
Shut up.
We trade Michael Gallup and what? Jabril Cox.
Bro, take Tony Pollard.
Take Zeke.
Yeah,
Take-
send Zeke to the Falcons. Zeke would fall off so fast in Atlanta. Oh my gosh,
Come to-
Eno Smith.
he'd be going to Magic City all the time.
As many wins as he can.
Yeah.
Bugs.
That'd be so bad. He turned into like Eddie Lacy in Atlanta.
The dude there.
So funny.
I don't know, bro.
Bills? Oh, Bills would be dirty too.
Realistically, I can't see him going anywhere. But then again, I said the same thing about D-Hop, and he ended up on the Cardinals. So I don't know.
It's actually because like I actually think like I actually like the Falcons this year. I think they're like a sneaky
Yeah.
kind of like because I mean their offense is stacked. I mean new coach that succeeded at the end of the season last year. I'm up on the Falcons. It's like a like a wild card kind of like sneaky.
Yeah.
They just need a receiver to replace Julio. Then it'll be good. Well, I mean, Gage is still super good.
Yeah.
Probably go for 800 this year.
And I mean Ridley's a superstar. So
Oh, yeah. He's 1,000-yard lock.
Yeah.
He's healthy.
Pitts. I really hope so.
I still forgot Pitts is on that team.
If Julio does get traded, Pitts is gonna go so high in drafts and fantasy drafts.
So high. Like I don't think there's any way Julio's going back, bro. He literally said on a fucking phone call on live TV.
It's like but the NFL is like much like I don't know. They're not as bad as the NBA. It's like as soon as they want out, they'll trade him. Like, but still, it's like this guy does not want to play for you. Like, there's no point of keeping him.
Dude, like I feel like NFL players are just like divas, especially Rodgers right now. He's partying it up in Hawaii, like trying to just him in the Packers so that he doesn't have to go back.
Yeah.
And they have no receivers at OTAs. The first, like one of the most uncommon things, they have no receivers at their OTAs.
Yeah, because they know their guy is not there. Yeah, they're boy.
What do you mean? They got Blake Bortles, bro.
Bortles. See what Jordan Love's got.
I'm not showing up. If I know Rodgers ain't showing up, I'm not showing up.
I'm not showing up.
Fuck that.
I don't want those quarterbacks making me look bad.
Yeah. Like, and especially if the QB doesn't align himself with the coaching staff, what does that say about like his respect for the coaching staff and how the coaching staff like handles things? Like,
well, I mean,
yeah,
he said on ESPN that wasn't that the coaching staff, it's the philosophy. Like he hates the owner and like the GM. I think that's who he doesn't like. I think he likes LaFleur because I mean, what's his name? McCarthy. I mean, was trash.
Yeah,
he got
LaFleur saw it, and it's like it's their GM. Like it's not like he's even done like that bad of a job. I mean, yeah, like he's never gotten them that wide receiver.
But corner was needed this year.
Yeah, corner is needed, and they've been building like a really solid. I mean, they've had a solid team the last like decade with Rodgers. It's like they've never been like god awful terrible. Like yeah, it's not like he's been playing for like the Texans the last few years, like bad terrible with GM. Like Packers have been very well run the last few years, so it's just kind of like
doesn't have that much to complain about. Not like JJ, and even JJ, I feel like went about it very like respectfully and very like with honor and shit. D-Hop's was different. Watson is a whole different story, but I don't know.
Yeah, they willingly like gave up D-Hop. There's like I think this trade is gonna be solid.
Yeah. They thought they were like winning that trade.
Yeah.
There's no way it's a good trade unless whoever they drafted becomes like the next Aaron Donald, Patrick Mahomes. Like,
no way.
Davis Mills becomes an all-pro quarterback.
Mills.
All right. Anything else?
Oh man, I hope it goes to the Ravens. That's it.
Yeah.
Or well, Niners first, but like in terms of just like fit. Ravens.
Dallas first, and
then actual contenders.
No, I actually really don't want him on Dallas. Like when I saw him wearing that hoodie, I was like, bro, please don't start like the Dallas Cowboys rumors. And then I'm so glad he like came out and said, nah, I ain't going to Dallas. Because then we started talking about, who would we trade? And then we started talking about trading CD, trading all these players. And I'm like, no.
Watch y'all trade like Trevon Diggs, just trade your secondary, even though you have none.
Give up one of your linebackers.
Give up Van Der Esch.
Give him Neal back, and then just give us Julio. That would be the biggest finesse of all time.
Neal back.
Neal back. That's like some Madden shit. You signed one. Trade back.
Rebuild strategies out here.
Facts. If you try to build an OP team on Madden, we got you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's good for me, man. Sorry you didn't get the invite, but we're gonna have it in person and it's gonna be amazing.
You might be a little far away, but hey, we still on the West Coast right now. We all rocking it.
I'm still in Eugene, bro. I don't get back until like June 11th. So
we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week with another episode of Coast to Coast Podcast. This is Jose signing out.
Peace.